Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Right. Tell me your name.
Anthony John Smoothie, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Smoothie, you're here in 2022 MO 331. You're arrested for disorderly conduct. I do find that there is probable cause.
All right, ma'am. I'm going to plead guilty today, ma'am.
You want to resolve it?
I want to plead guilty.
Okay, well, we'll see what the state's offer is.
All right.
Your Honor, the state's offer is an adjudication of guilt and court cause.
That's fine, Your Honor. Thank you.
Does he have 2 days in?
Yes, 2
ma'am.
days.
All right. Mr. Smoothie, did you read the plea form?
Did not read it yet, but my lawyer here can explain it.
But what?
I did not read it yet.
Okay, well, why don't you read it?
What is it, ma'am?
Okay, this is the plea form, so these are the rights that you'd be giving up. You give up the right to a trial, to have a
Right.
jury, have the state put the case against you, out, to confront your own witnesses.
All right.
testify your
This is
witnesses,
design. It's just-
right, testify, have court heard, and can appeal your sentence both ways.
All right.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Of course I am.
Are you currently on probation?
No.
All right. If you want to sign right here, it's just an adjudication of guilt.
All right, did you went over the plea form with
Yes, ma'am.
him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you have any questions about anything on the plea form? Okay. Are you on probation anywhere?
I'm not.
Okay. Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
I am a U.S. citizen.
Do you accept your plea? You're pleading, you want to plead no contest? You said guilty before, so.
No contest is good, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days' time served, order that you pay court costs within a year. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence, you must do so in writing within 30 days. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning. Tell me your name. Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Taylor, you're here in 2022 CF 2505AO. You're arrested for resisting an officer with violence and battery on a law enforcement officer. In 2022 MO 325, you're arrested for disorderly conduct. Did you want me to appoint the public defender? I don't have a form for you.
No, I don't need no public defender.
Well, I think it's a good idea that you have the public defender.
I don't need no public defender.
Okay, well, we'll set him for a DOC hearing in 3 days here at the jail. See if you decide to change your mind at that point. I do find that there's probable cause for all of these offenses. You're not to have any contact with any victim or witness, no return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred, and no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. Your bond on the resisting is $150. Your bond on the battery is $2,500. Your bond on the disorderly is $250. And you'll come back in a couple days. Maybe you change your mind. Maybe you do want an attorney, okay?
In the meantime?
What?
In the meantime?
No, I'm
You good? Okay.
Good morning. Tell me your name.
Frank Maurice Mills.
All right, Mr. Mills, you're here in 2020 CT 71AO. It's a violation of probation. The judge did set the bond at none. Do we have dates for Judge Adams' division? So if I do the arraignment now? Okay. Normally what I would do is the arraignment now, so it just doesn't get brought back in a couple of days for just an arraignment on the VOP. If you want to enter a denial, we can get you a court date now for the VOP status, and you want to do that on the VOP?
Say it again, ma'am.
Otherwise, I said I can do, if you want to enter a denial today for it, we can get you a date now for the VOP. Otherwise, you're just going to be brought back here in a couple days for an arraignment, and the judge is going to do the same thing that I would do right now,
So
unless you want to come back to court again.
I want to get a date now then.
Okay, it will get you on the docket,
What do I do?
so we'll give him a date for that one, Ann.
April 18th at 1:30 in courtroom 6C.
What again?
You'll get paperwork. I think it's April 8th, 18th. And then you were arrested for failure to appear in 2022 CT 71780. The judge did set your bond at $500 in that case. I'm going to appoint the public defender in both cases. I'm not going to see if there's a plea you want to enter in that one because you're on probation. Okay.
What was that?
So I can't get a bond on the misdemeanor probation?
I'm not going to give you a bond. I'm not changing what Judge Adams did on her bond, okay?
So-
Your attorney can file a bond motion with Judge Adams.
How do I do that?
Oh, your attorney.
Your attorney will file a motion. You can contact the public defender. They're going to give you a piece of paperwork with their phone number on it. I think we're ready for the interpreter, so
I'm
we
going
can
to put a note
probably
here so
bring
I'll
in
email the defender right away.
those.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Laura Royo, State Certified Interpreter.
Good morning, Mr. Royer. How are you?
I'm good, Your Honor. I apologize the
Okay,
confusion.
no problem. Have you been sworn in at all? I doubt it.
No, Your Honor.
You swear to translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're just putting on the headphones on. All right, good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Luis Enrique Rincon Rojas.
Luis Enrique Rincon Rojas.
All right, Mr. Rincon Rojas, you're here in 2022 MM 1475AO. You were arrested for domestic violence battery. Did you find that there is probable cause? Did you want me to appoint the public defender for you?
No entiendo un poco sobre esto, de verdad.
Honestly, I'm not understanding this thing.
I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case, sir. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. Your attorney can file a motion to change that no contact order. I know the victim is your dad, but he's not here today to tell me that he wants contact with you, so I cannot allow that today. So you'll have to maintain a separate residence. I'll let you go back one time with law enforcement to get your belongings. Cannot possess or consume any alcohol or any illegal substances without a valid prescription. And you may not possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. And y'all weren't able to get him qualified?
Oh, no.
Okay. I'm gonna set the bond at 500. Or PTR if they're able to qualify him.
The reason they didn't qualify because he was previously removed from the country by ICE.
Okay. Huh? If they, I mean, if he can't, then he can't. All right, thank you, sir. Good luck.
Yes.
Your Honor, Yesenia Melendez Rincon bonded.
Okay.
De Jesus also bonded.
Madam Interpreter, did you need those case numbers or anything?
Yes, Your Honor, that would be nice. Thank you.
2022 CF 2512AO was Melendez Rincon. And then you said De Jesus Veras bonded?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that was 2022 CT 290E as in Edward.
Thank you.
All right. I think this is the last one. Good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Marco Tulio Vázquez Fuentes.
Marco Vilio Vasquez Fuentes.
All right, Mr. Mr. Vasquez Fuentes, you're here in 3 cases. I'm gonna appoint the public defender in any case in which you don't previously have them. 2018 CT 2182 AW, you're arrested for failing to appear, and that's for a violation of probation hearing, and the bond is set at none, so I appointed the PD if you don't already have them in that case. You'll see the judge in that case for that. In 2022 CT 259 and 2022 CT 260. You were arrested for operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license and DUI as a .15 or higher. There is probable cause for those offenses as well. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I'm gonna set the bond on count 1 at 100. Count 2 will remain at 1,000. And then in 2022 MM 103A, you were arrested for providing false identification to law enforcement. Did you find that there is probable cause? And the bond, I don't know why there's 2 counts of that. So I'm just gonna do 1 count and ROR on the other count and set the bond at 1,000. All right, thank you, sir. Did I say no drugs or alcohol? Yeah, the DUI, okay. And then, sorry, Madam Interpreter, we do have another one. Good morning, tell me your name.
Joan Guadalupe Febres.
Joanne Guadalupe Perez.
All right, ma'am, you're here in 2022 MO 328. You're arrested for possession and consumption of alcohol in a prohibited place. Do you find that there's probable cause? Does the state have an offer?
Sorry, I don't see her documents. What's her charge on that one, Your Honor? I don't have her documents.
Possession of alcohol in a prohibited place.
That would be a withholding court cost, Your Honor.
A withholding court cost?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I don't have any Spanish plea forms or a Spanish interpreter to relay the plea.
You don't have any Spanish plea forms? You should.
I just wouldn't be able to go over it with her.
Right, she can read, do you read and write English, Ms. Guadalupe Perez? You read and write Spanish, I'm sorry? Okay, why don't you read the plea form? Do you want to take the offer? Okay.
Sí, pero no tengo los espejuelos y no veo.
Yes, but I don't have my glasses, so I can't see.
All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna release you on your own recognizance. I'm gonna order that you get in touch with the public defender within 24 hours of your release. I'm gonna appoint them to represent you, okay? You'll have to come back to court if the state charges you. You won't be able to resolve it today, so don't miss court, okay? All right.
Sí, claro.
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Madam Interpreter, can you just ask if anybody in the gallery needs an interpreter?
Of course, Your Honor. Si hay alguien en el público que requiere los servicios de un intérprete, si es así, levante la mano.
All right, I don't see any hands raised. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Your Honor. The interpreter will
Have a great
disconnect.
day. Good morning, tell me your name.
Shiva Kumar.
All right, Mr. Kumar, you're here in 2022 CF 2518. You're arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and battery domestic violence. I do find that there is probable cause. You do not qualify for the public defender's office. You'd make too much money. I can't appoint them to represent you, so you'll have to contact an attorney, okay? We do have a witness present. Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in, ma'am? Do you swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell, and then you'll just have to speak up a little and I'll get close to the microphone too.
Can you hear me now?
Can you tell me your name?
Yes, my name is Shilpa Kumar.
Okay, and then how do you know Mr. Kumar?
He is my husband.
Are you afraid of him?
Yes, at the moment, yes.
Okay, I'm guessing you do not want contact?
I do not want contact.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Kumar, you're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. That means no phone calls, emails, text messaging, no letters, anything like that, okay? Until that's changed by a judge in writing. Do you understand? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. You must maintain a separate residence. Do you need to go back to the residence to get any personal belongings?
Yes.
Okay,
My
you'll have
work,
to-
computer,
I'll-
everything.
okay,
Everything
I'll let
I
you
have.
go back with law enforcement. You can go back one time, so make sure if you need to get a bunch of stuff that you are come prepared, okay? They won't go with a big truck, okay? All right, so just grab some things that you need. No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. Ma'am, he does qualify for pretrial release. He doesn't have any prior history. Do you have any objection to me releasing him to pretrial release without having to post a bond and he'll have to report to an officer?
My only concern is I don't know how he's going to be when he comes back. I'm just afraid for my safety.
He won't be allowed to return to the home except one time with law enforcement,
Okay.
okay? Do you have any objection to me allowing him to be released to pretrial release? He won't have to post a monetary bond.
Okay, and how long is that rule valid for him not coming to the residence?
Until it's changed in writing or the case is not filed by the state.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Yes, Ms. Williams?
Your Honor, the state would request an amount of bond for him because the witness has said she's afraid for her safety.
Okay, well, how does the bond protect her?
The bond doesn't protect her, but it gives him an incentive to abide by the conditions of his release.
But he's on pretrial release, so if he violates it, then that's a violation, that's a new charge, and then his bond can be revoked and he'd have a new charge. Pretrial release to me is more strict than paying a monetary bond. So I'm gonna release him to pretrial release. If he violates it, he has to understand that that's a new law violation, okay? So if you violate any of those conditions, you can get charged again with another offense, and then this bond can be revoked in this case, and you could be held at no bond, or his release, I'm sorry, would be revoked. Do you understand, Mr. Kumar?
Yes, I
Okay.
don't intend to have any contact.
Okay, I'm just gonna release you on pretrial release, and make sure you comply and you report,
Right.
okay?
Where am I allowed to stay? Because
You'll have to find a place to go. You can't go back to the residence except to get your things with law enforcement one time. So your attorney, you'll have to contact an attorney, and they'll have to file a motion. I don't know if they'll change that, because it doesn't appear your wife wants to have contact with you, okay? I can't give you any more legal advice, okay?
may I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
So is there anything that can do to prevent him from getting any weapon because he has threatened to kill
I've
me
ordered
while-
him to possess no weapons or firearms or ammunition. If he has any weapons or firearms or ammunition, I will order that he surrender that to law enforcement within 12 hours of his release. And if you're in fear of your safety and there's other things that you can do, you can contact the state attorney's office and they can tell you some things that you can do to protect yourself if you are in fear. You know, there's injunctions and things like that, but
Okay, thank you.
this is all that I can do today for purposes of making him follow specific orders. If he violates that, again, it's a new law violation, and then he could get his bond revoked, or release, I'm sorry, revoked, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Good
Thank you.
luck, good luck. All right, please tell me your name.
Evan Lucky.
Mr. Lucky, you're here in 2022 CF 2503. You were arrested for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, domestic violence. I do find that there is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you, not to have any contact directly or indirectly with the victim. You must maintain a separate residence. You may return one time with law enforcement to get any personal belongings that you may need if you need to do that. No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition, and no alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Your bond is set at $5,000. Thank you, sir.
that's a 0. 5,032.
Good morning. Tell me your name.
Erica Monson.
All right, Ms. Monson, you're here in 2022 CF 2514AO. You're arrested for aggravated assault with the intent to commit a felony. I do find that there is probable cause, and I'm going to appoint the public defender. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn in. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor, I swear.
Tell me your name.
Lada Strong.
Mr. Strong? How do you know Miss Monson?
Miss Monson is my girlfriend of 8 months.
Okay. Are you afraid of her?
Currently, yes.
Okay.
And her family as well.
Okay. So do you want to have contact? Okay. All right, Miss Monson, I'm going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. I'll have you sign the no contact order. No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. Do you live together?
No, we do not.
Okay. I can't order her family not to have contact with you because they're not in, I don't have jurisdiction over them, okay? So I can't do that.
All right, yes, ma'am, that's fine.
She does qualify for pretrial release. She doesn't have any prior history. Do you have any objection to me releasing her to pretrial release? She'll have to report to a supervisor, a supervising officer.
You know what? I think that's fine.
Okay. I'm going to release you to pretrial release, Ms. Monson. Make sure you comply with all of those conditions, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Have a good evening.
Good morning. Tell me your name.
Wanda Falcon.
All right, Ms. Falcon, you're here in 2022 MM1468AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. I do find that there is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Tell me your name, please.
Michelle Valdez.
Tell me again. Ms.
Michelle.
Valdez?
Yes.
Okay. And then, how are you related to Ms. Falcon?
She's my mother.
Are you afraid of her?
Yes, at the moment, yes.
Okay. So do you want to have any contact with her?
I don't want no contact.
None? Okay. All right, Ms. Falcon, I'm going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. I'll have you sign the no contact order. I think that it's alleged that this incident occurred at your home.
Yes.
Okay, so you're not to return back to her residence, and you're not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. And she does qualify for a pretrial release. She would have to report to a pretrial release officer. Do you have any objection to me releasing her to pretrial release?
No.
Okay, so you'll be released to pretrial. Ms. Falcon, make sure you comply with those conditions, okay?
Your Honor, I believe there might be some belongings at the residence. May she return one time?
Okay, does she have any belongings there?
No, she don't live there. There's nothing of hers there.
Her vehicle is there?
Okay.
That's down the street. And it's not hers, it's my sister's.
Okay, is the vehicle yours or her sister's? Okay, where is it parked?
I guess in front of her house still.
Okay, if it's parked in front of the house, you have to go with law enforcement to get it, okay? All right, if somebody else can go pick it up for you, then that's probably better. Okay, but she'll only be able to go back to the house to get the car if she won't be able to come in the house or come to the house. If she does, then she's in violation of the court order, okay? All right, thank you, ma'am. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Morning. Victor Nico Garcia.
All right, Mr. Garcia, you're here in 2022 MM1463AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim in the case. You're to maintain a separate residence. Do you need to go back to get any personal belongings?
Yes, ma'am. My
Okay,
wallet and my birth
Okay, you may go back one time with law enforcement, okay? Only with law enforcement. No weapons, firearms, or ammunition, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Your bond is set at $500.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't qualify for pretrial release.
When would I?
If you're able to, I'll do bond or PTR. I just don't think they've been able to verify any address. So Miss Nixon, I'll do bond or pretrial, if he qualifies.
Don't have any contact with her until the no contact order is gone, okay? If you qualify, it's gonna be a problem, we can get released without bond, okay? I'll explain everything to you and qualify.
When would I?
They'll let you know, okay?
Good morning, or almost afternoon. Tell me your name.
I'm Barack Omacha.
All right, so you're here in 2022 MM 1469 AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. I do find that there is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Good morning, ma'am.
Good
Can
morning.
you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Other hand.
Okay.
You swear and affirm that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I'm sorry, I don't speak a good English.
I'm sorry?
I don't speak a good English. I mean, I didn't understand what.
Okay, I asked before if anybody needed an interpreter.
No one asked me there.
Was she out? Okay. Well, we'll have to call the interpreter back.
Okay.
Do you speak Spanish?
No, I don't.
What is it?
I don't. I speak Arabic.
Arabic?
Yes.
Until you speak to your attorney. Your lawyer can probably get an interpreter to speak with her if she wants contact. But you can't. Your lawyer can. You cannot. If internal power, you cannot. Until you ask your lawyer for it. You can ask. So, is it at the residence? Are you two at the residence?
Hello? Is anybody there? Just hit volume.
Hello?
Hello?
I'm here. I'm the interpreter. I'm still on the line.
Is this the interpreter?
I'm on the line.
Okay, is this for Arabic?
Yes, I'm the Arabic interpreter.
Okay, I'm just gonna, it's very difficult to hear you. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you very, very loud and clear.
Okay, all right. I have a witness present that I need you to assist me with an interpretation. Have you been sworn in today?
No. Mm-mm.
Do you swear to translate from English to Arabic and Arabic to English to the best of your ability?
I do.
Okay. And, ma'am, can you just speak with the witness just briefly to make sure that she understands you? Just introduce yourself.
Okay. أنا
مرحبا أنا سأكون مترجمة. أي لهجة تتكلمي؟
مغربي.
Okay, she speaks Moroccan. We have different dialects, so I'll try my best, ma'am. If we can't understand each other, I can transfer you to a Moroccan interpreter.
Okay. Can you ask her if she's able to understand you?
She can understand me. The issue is me understanding her, but I'll ask her again. أنت فهماني?
نعم.
Okay, she says she understands.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to have you raise your right hand to be sworn in.
Okay, ma'am.
Do you swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Is this for the interpreter or for the witness?
I'm asking you to swear her in. That's a question
هل
for her.
تحلفي أن هذه الشهادة التي ستدلينها اليوم ستكون الحقيقة؟
Yes.
كل الحقيقة ولا شيء غير الحقيقة؟
Yeah. نعم.
Okay, she said yes.
Okay, tell me your name, ma'am.
لطيفة
أعطيني اسمك لو سمحتي.
لطيفة مؤاتشة.
Okay, if you don't need the interpreter, then we're not going to use the interpreter, but you told me you needed one. So you'll need to wait for them to ask the question, and then you can answer.
Okay.
أنت مش بحاجة لمترجمة فممكن نكمل من دون مترجم فرجاء انتظري تتكلمي للمترجمة لتترجم.
Okay.
How do you know Mr. Umacha?
كيف تعرفي السيدة ماشا؟
زوجي.
My husband.
And are you afraid of him?
لا.
أنت خايفة منه؟
أنا ما بخاف منه إلا لما بيشرب كحول. That's it. هو ماشي عنيف ولكن لما بيشرب يصبح عنيف.
I'm not afraid of him except when he drinks alcohol.
Does he
He's
drink?
not violent.
Does he drink a lot?
هو بيشرب كتير.
نعم.
Yes.
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 Do you want to have contact with him?
نعم.
Yes.
Are there any children in the home?
في أطفال بالمنزل؟
عندي فتاة daughter.
I have a daughter.
How old is she?
Is 3.
كم عمرها؟
2 and 7 months.
Are
2
you
years and 3 months.
Are you in fear for her safety?
أنت خايفة على سلامتها؟
لا غير لما بيشرب هو مش عنيف مش عنيف لكن لما بيشرب بخاف.
He's not violent. Only when he drinks, he's violent. I get scared.
Okay. I'm gonna not permit contact at this time. So he's gonna have to have his attorney file a motion to allow contact if the judge will allow for that.
بخلي محامي يقدم طلب عشان يكون في تواصل هذا إذا القاضي سمح بذلك. فأنا الآن راح أعمل إنه ممنوع التواصل.
أوكي مفهوم.
So he's not to have any contact directly or indirectly with the victim.
هو ليس مسموح له التواصل مباشر أو غير مباشر مع الضحية.
He's to maintain a separate residence from the victim.
لازم يسكن في مكان منفصل عن الضحية.
لا نحن في مكان واحد.
He may return one time with law enforcement to get his personal belongings.
هو مسموح أن يأتي مرة واحدة فقط مع شرطة عشان يأخذ أغراضه الشخصية.
Okay.
He's not to possess any weapons, firearms, or any ammunition.
ممنوع عليه يحمل أي أسلحة أو أي بنادق أو أي مسدسات.
He's not to possess or consume any alcohol or any drugs without a valid prescription.
ممنوع عليه يأخذ أي كحول أو أي حبوب أو مخدرات إلا إذا كان في هناك وصفة.
I'm going to place him on pretrial release with twice weekly testing for any alcohol or drugs.
أنا راح أرسله على أساس إنه ما قبل المحاكمة وهذا هناك حيكون في فحوصات أسبوعية إذا كان عنده كحول.
So he'll have to report twice weekly for any testing through pretrial release as well, okay? Do you have any
لازم
questions,
يعلن
ma'am?
مرتين في الأسبوع بالنسبة لفحوصات إذا كان عم بياخد أي مخدرات أو إذا كان عم بياخد أي كحول.
لا
Thank you.
yeah.
Good luck.
شكرا.
Thank you, Your Honor.
لك حظا سعيدا.
Thank you, Madam Interpreter.
Thank you for using our service. Have a good day.
Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
My name is James Torres.
Mr. Torres, you're here in 2022 MM 146780. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. I do find that there is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with the victim or any witnesses in the case.
Okay.
You're to maintain a separate residence. You're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. I know that is not your residence.
Right.
You can't go back to that residence.
Okay. I mean, I live there, but
I thought that was the cousin's residence.
no. Which,
Well, I don't want you to talk about it. I'm talking about where the victim is alleged that the incident occurred.
where right. That's my cousin's address.
Right, you cannot go back there.
To that address.
You cannot go back there, okay?
Okay.
One time return to your home with law enforcement to get any personal belongings that you need.
I see.
You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or any drugs without a valid prescription, no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. I'm setting your bond at $1,500.
Okay.
And you're out on release. You were just here.
Right, and this.
I'm revoking your release and setting your bond at none. I'll appoint the public defender in that case as well. They can file any motions to set bond for you in that case, sir.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm not understanding.
Well, the public defender, Ms. Nixon can explain that to you.
So I don't get it.
Your bond is going to be, in this case, you're going to be given a PD. You have for no
Am I able to get out?
Your lawyer will have to file a bond motion, okay? Do you already have a PD in this case? Okay, I'll make a note.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Miss Whit.
All right, Ms. Whit, you're here in 2022 MM 45AE. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. Do you find that there's probable cause? I'll appoint the public defender. Good afternoon. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right, tell me your name, please.
Richard Ab.
Okay, and then how do you know Ms. Whit?
My fiance.
Are you afraid of her?
No, I'm not.
Do you want to have contact with her?
Your Honor, I need contact with her. She's legally my caregiver. I have a degenerative traumatic brain injury. She's been trained to take care of me and look after me. I'm not scared of her. Basically, this was a giant misunderstanding. I called the police to quiet her down. They removed me from the scene and they arrested her. I told them I did not want to press charges on her. They escorted me out of the way and they took her off the property and brought her here.
Ms. Nixon, will you ask your client if she wants to have contact with him?
Yes, Your Honor.
She does?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna allow contact. It's non-hostile, non-violent contact. That means no aggressive behavior, no fighting, no kicking, no biting, no scratching, no getting any weapons, no threatening anybody, no getting in anyone's face, no being disrespectful, no raising your voice. Did you get it? Okay. And no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition, no alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription, okay? I'm gonna place her on pretrial release, sir.
Very good.
So she'll have to report to a pretrial release. So just make sure you don't violate any conditions, okay, ma'am?
You'll be released today. On pretrial release, you report to an officer.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Can I wait here for her to get released? And how long?
Yeah, I don't know when she'll get processed and released, but you're more than welcome to wait, but it won't be in here. It'll just,
I understand. So I'll
Or you
ask
can
where
call, I
I'll ask
think,
where the jail is, et cetera. Thank you very much.
okay,
Your Honor,
yes,
we have Charles as refusal.
okay. Ms. Nixon, do you want me to reset him for tomorrow?
Your Honor, if I could waive, he's incompetent to proceed in a number of cases.
I'm very familiar with Mr. Charles.
So am I.
So in 2020, so I'll appoint the public defender, you want to waive his appearance. In 2022 CF 250780, is charged with battery on a law enforcement officer, uttering forged bills or notes, and resisting without violence. I'm not sure there's PC for a battery on a Leo. I didn't see it. It says that I was in fear that he was going to physically batter Deputy Rivera. Maybe they meant to charge assault, and I think that I would find probable cause for assault on a law enforcement officer. I just don't know what that is. All I can find is assault, aggravated assault on a Leo with a firearm. I know that's not gonna be. Anyone know the statute for assault on a law enforcement officer? Doesn't seem to be coming up for me.
Your Honor, I'm reading at, towards the bottom, I was later advised by Deputy Rivera that when she made contact with Delquan Charles, he did physically batter her. That's pretty much all I know.
Okay, you're right. I did not, I totally missed that. So thank you, Ms. Williams. So I do find that there is probable cause based on the statement by that officer. All right. So there is PC for count 1, count 2, and count 3. The bonds will remain set at $2,500, $150, and $100. And I'm not taking any action on the 2020 MM 7027 case, and I'm sure he has the public defender. No, I'm not. Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Robert Flueller.
All right, Mr. Fluellen, you're here in 2022 CF 2504AO. You're arrested for possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver with a weapon. What? I didn't. I took no action. Oh, I still need to sign. All right, possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver with a weapon, possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver with a weapon, trafficking in 10 grams of MDMA with a weapon, possession of synthetic cannabinoids, and possession of a firearm in the commission of a felony. And I do find that there's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. The bond will stay at $150. The bond on count 3 will be set at $100,000. Count 4 and 5 at $150. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Anthony Jones.
Mr. Jones, you're here in 2022 CF 2510AO. You're arrested for possession of MDMA, burglary of an occupied dwelling, fleeing and attempting to elude a law enforcement officer, possession of cocaine, tampering with physical evidence, and possession of drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. You cannot return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred, meaning the victim's residence. No return to that location. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, and no contact with any victim in the case. The bond on count 1 will remain at $15,000. Count 2 is $5,000. Count 3 is $1,500 and $150 on count 4 and 5, and $100 on count 6. Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Corey Lang.
Mr. Lang, you're here in 2022 MM 1344. It's a warrant for a petty theft, and probable cause was previously found. In that case, I'll appoint the public defender in all of 3 of your cases. That one, you're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. The Caboose Bar. No contact with any victims or witnesses. And that bond, Judge Carter said it's $67.50. Okay. All right. That's a new one. Okay. And 2022 CT 1277. It's a no valid driver's license. There is probable cause for that offense. Don't drive without a valid driver's license. That bond will stay at $500. And then in 2022 CF 2498, you're arrested for possession of MDMA and providing false ID to law enforcement. There's probable cause. The bond will stay at $1,000 and $100. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I'll have to talk to her about that.
Your Honor, we have Mac as mental health.
Okay. Mental health.
Your Honor, for Mr. Lang's case, there's a fugitive warrant. Did we address that case?
I'm sorry?
There's a warrant for Mr. Lang as well?
I already addressed it. The petty theft?
No, there's another one.
I don't have another one.
Pennsylvania.
I had a warrant and 2 new law. A fugitive warrant? I don't address the fugitive warrants. And Mac was mental health. I'm just gonna reset Mac for tomorrow. Tell me your name.
Oladipo Eniola Precious.
I'm sorry?
Oladipo Eniola Precious.
Okay. 2022 CF 2509, you're arrested for scheme to defraud over 20,000, less than 50,000, possession of counterfeit driver's license, conspiracy to commit grand theft motor vehicle, and there's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. No contact with any victims, witnesses, or co-defendants. Bond will stay at 5,000 on count 1. Count 2 will be 100. Count 3, I'm setting at 100.
Your Honor, we have pros bonded.
All right. Tell me your name.
It can be Taylor.
All right. And you're here in 2022 CF 2502AO. It's aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. No contact with any victim or witness. No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. Your bond will be set at $2,500. you have a question, you might want to ask Ms. Nixon.
You'll have to. You have $2,500
Your Honor, we have Ward as mental health also.
Okay. I'm gonna reset Mr. Ward based on his charges.
Your Honor, is that reset for tomorrow or?
Yeah, it'll be reset for tomorrow, and if he's still mental health, they'll decide what they're gonna do. All right, tell me your name.
Anais Feliciano.
All right, Ms. Feliciano, you're here in 2021 CT 6691AO. You're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for your arraignment on a driving while license suspended. Your bond is set at $15,000. Do you want to see if you can resolve it today? Are
Yes.
you on probation?
No, ma'am.
You're not on probation?
No, ma'am.
Do you want to try to resolve it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me get your driver's license record out here, see if we can do anything today, okay? So you're already a habitual traffic offender. She was deemed a habitual traffic offender on 12/13/2021. So I don't think this is gonna have any worse if she wants to try to resolve it. I don't know if the state has an offer.
The state would offer an adjudication of guilt, withhold court costs.
Was that a withhold?
No, I'm sorry, an adjudication of guilt, I apologize, and court costs.
How much time served does she have?
2 days.
I don't understand what this means.
Do you want to do that, Ms. Feliciano?
So,
Otherwise, you have a $15,000 bond that I can't modify.
yes, ma'am. Yes. if
She'd
I
like to
did.
take the offer today.
Okay. Did you read the plea form back there? Did you read the plea form, Ms. Feliciano?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand everything on the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
And you told me you're not on probation.
No, ma'am.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're already a habitual traffic offender, but this is one of those enhanceable offenses that if you get 3 within 5 years, you become one. So you already are one, so it won't affect that status. But you understand it is an enhanceable offense. Every time you get it, it can get worse, and then at some point, you know, you've already lost your license for 5 years.
I see. Okay, yes.
So your license is already suspended for 5 years, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so it's not gonna, I just need you to know that it is an enhanceable offense. All right, I'm gonna accept your plea, and it's a no contest, correct? I don't know if I.
No contest.
Okay. And I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days' time served, order that you pay court costs. I'll give you a year to pay those court costs off. All right, if you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence, you must do so in writing within 30 days. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Your Honor, we have Jackson as bonded.
Jackson?
Yes.
Okay.
And Jorhal, also bonded.
All right. Good afternoon. Tell me your name. All right, Mr. Mosby, you're tall. All right, you're here in 2022 CT 1276. You were arrested for driving while license suspended, and I do find there's probable cause. Did you want to try to resolve it today? Are you on probation or anything? No? You want to try? Okay, let me look at your record, okay? Your criminal or your driving record. Does the state have an offer?
Depending on his criminal record, I'm sorry, his driver's record.
I don't see any prior, anything. There's nothing.
The offer would be a withholding court costs.
I see out-of-state stuff for a driving while license suspended, but it's not on his Florida driver's license.
You'd like to take the offer, Your Honor.
Okay, and so I see that you have out-of-state driving while license suspended convictions, but not on your Florida license, so I can't tell you how that would affect you at some point, but just so you understand, driving while license suspended is an enhanceable offense, so if you get 3 within 5 years in the state of Florida, your license will be suspended for 5 years. So this would be, in Florida, I'm guessing strike 1, okay? Just so you're aware. Doesn't matter if it's an adjudication or withhold, okay? Did you read the plea form?
Yes, Your Honor, we got on with the plea form.
All right, did you understand everything on the plea form?
Ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere? Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation? All right, and you're pleading no contest?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll accept your plea and,
1 day.
and you said a withhold?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'll withhold adjudication. You have credit for 1 day time served. And I'll order court costs and order that you pay those within a year. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence, you must do so in writing within 30 days, sir. Thank you. Good luck. Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Mariah Pearson.
Pearson, you're here in 2022 CT 1278. You're arrested for DUI with property damage. I'll appoint the public defender. I do find there's probable cause. And you're not to possess or consume any alcohol or illegal substances without a valid prescription. Your bond will be stayed at $1,000. You're out on release for DUI. In 2021 CT 4783AO, I am going to revoke the release and set that at none at this time. I think you have the public defender in that case.
I'll email your lawyer right now, okay? Not today. I'm gonna email your lawyer so they can bring us up, okay? I'll email.
Verani bonded. It's 22005206.
We don't have,
Yes, he bonded.
Okay.
Your Honor, we have Clark as mental health.
Okay. Ms. Nixon, did you want to waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender for Mr. Clark, and They're waiving his appearance, 2022 MM 1470. And it's threats to law enforcement officer, official, or family member. There's probable cause for that offense. And that bond will stay at 522 MO 326, disorderly conduct. There's probable cause. The bond will stay at 250. He's out on bond for trespass on an occupied structure. I am gonna revoke the bond on that case and set the bond at none, and he does have an attorney, but I think it's the public defender in that case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me your name, please.
Yusuf Kwan.
Okay, Mr. Falcon, you're here in 2022 MM 1465AO. You're arrested for trespass on property after warning. You do find that there is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. You're on probation, right?
Okay, Miss. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
but
I'm
Miss,
not-
I never.
We're not gonna take a plea today because you're on probation.
No, I'm not.
Okay, I just want to let you know, okay? So, you're not to return back to the Lynx bus station. You can't have any contact with anybody at the Lynx bus station, any victims or witnesses, and abide by any trespass warning. The bond will stay at 500. I'm not taking any action on the out on release case.
We cannot do anything today. That is not what we're here for. We can't do anything.
Okay, Miss.
This is not a conference hearing. It's only for that.
Okay, but Miss, it's not a matter of conference. It's a matter of whether I understand the court or not.
You have to be deemed incompetent first in this case, okay?
I've already been deemed.
But not in this case, okay? You have a $500 bond. Here's the paperwork. We gotta go.
Okay, no, Judge, they didn't even.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Carol Lindsay.
All right, Mr. Lindsay, you're here in 2022 MM 1466. You're arrested for trespass on property after warning. Do find that there is probable cause. And are you on probation or anything?
No, ma'am.
Okay. You've got an out on release case. Do we know if that's been charged?
Who?
Ms. Williams, I don't know if.
Do you have a case number, Your Honor?
It's 2022 MM 4730.
Oh, that.
It's not showing in our system, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, it's 473 0004738.
47,
Yeah, it's a typo.
so it's 47.
473.
Okay, I have it, Your Honor. It's not, that petty theft has not been filed on yet.
Okay, so we can't take a plea on that one. Okay. All right, do you want to try to resolve the trespass?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, does the state have an offer?
The offer would be a withhold in court costs.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you got 2 days in?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, do you want to accept that offer? Yeah, sounds like you do.
Thank you.
All right, did you read the plea form, Mr. Lindsay?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Did you understand everything on it?
Yes, I have.
Understand all those rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you're not on probation, right?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation? Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, and I'll accept your plea of no contest to the trespass. I'll withhold adjudication. Sentence you to 2 days with 2 days time served. Order you pay your court costs within a year. And just make sure you don't miss any court dates on the other case if they file on it, okay? And haven't filed yet. All right.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we have Mateo as mental health.
Okay. I'll reset for tomorrow. It may, because it's a pleable and whoever's here is probably gonna hate me, but
We also have Preston as mental health.
mental health. Mr. Preston? Well, you want me to reset Mr. Preston, Ms. Nixon?
Yes, Your
Okay,
Honor.
he was just here on 3-1 for the same thing.
Yep.
All right, are you Michael Coleman? Mr. Coleman?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, you're here on an out-of-county warrant out of Osceola County. The judge did set your bond at none. So, Osceola County will come and pick you up. It's only one case, correct? Yes.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. And, so they'll transport you over there and then you'll see a judge, okay? Oh, reporting conditions? Hold on. So there's conditions on the warrant. No return to the scene, no contact with any victim, no weapons. And so they'll come and get you, but you can't call anybody from the jail, okay?
A different defendant.
Oh, sorry. Mr. Coleman, I forgot to advise you that I know that you're gonna be in jail, but you can't have any contact with the victim, no weapons, and no return to the scene. So really, don't call anybody from jail, okay? Not the victim, call other people. All right, tell me your name.
Sean Farley.
All right, Mr. Farley, you're here on an out-of-county warrant out of Polk County. The judge in that case did set your bond at none. It's a violation of probation, and so they are gonna come and get you, okay?
I got a question. How long, like, are they coming to get me right now?
No, not, well, I think they have up to 72 hours or a reasonable amount of time pursuant to the statute. So if they don't come and get you within, I think, 72 hours, they'll probably bring you back here, okay, and address it.
All right, thank
Okay.
you.
Good afternoon, tell me your name.
Arias Davis.
All right, Mr. Davis, you're here on a BOP in 2019 CF 10236 AO, and the judge in that case did set your bond at none. I'm gonna appoint the public defender. You'll see Judge Lattimore in a couple days for an arraignment, okay? Good afternoon, tell me your name.
Nikos Roman.
Mr. Roman, you're here on a violation of probation, drug offender probation. The judge did set your bond at none, and I'm gonna appoint the public defender. You'll see Judge Lattimore in a couple days for an arraignment,
Yes,
okay?
ma'am. Thank you very much.
Good luck. Good afternoon, tell me your name.
John Sanchez.
Mr. Sanchez, you're here on a violation of probation. The judge in that case did set your bond at none. I'm gonna appoint the public defender. You'll see Judge Lattimore on that case in a couple days for an arraignment. You also have 2022 MM 14718. That's a retail petty theft. There is probable cause, and I'll appoint the PD as well. Don't return back to J.C. Penney at 8001 South Orange Blossom Trail. No contact with any victims or witnesses. The bond will stay set at 500. Okay?
So,
You'll see a judge in a couple days on the VOP.
Your Honor?
Yep.
We have Clark bonded.
Okay. Pena bonded?
Pena bonded also. And Sharonian is mental health.
Okay. Do you want me to reset that one, Ms. Nixon?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Sorry, Ann. Are you Willis Stewart? All right. You're here in 2022 MO 332. You're arrested for an open container violation. You find that there's probable cause. Do you want to resolve it today?
yes, ma'am.
All right, do we have an offer from the state, Ms. Williams?
Yes, Your Honor, the offer will be a withholding court costs.
Do you want to do that, Mr. Stewart?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you read the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand everything on it?
Yes, ma'am.
Understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you're pleading no contest? All right, I'll accept your plea and withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days' time served, and order you pay your court costs within a year. And I'm not taking any action on the out on release case. Don't miss court, okay? Or,
Thank you, ma'am.
all right, good luck. Is that it?
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.